The ball on the tee. We're set for football. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. On the ground, it's Brooks to start the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a start they can live with. 15 yards on their first play from scrimmage. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Off the play fake, Young. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity, just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
Here we go. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now it's Burrow. Completes to Shakir once again. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. Now it's Burrow. Throwing the out route and complete. That's White. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Rashad White, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Bucs take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Here we go, set.
Looking to throw, Young. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw in that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. 4th down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, He might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front seven can get him down.
And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. You look at this Carolina defense. Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And they can't bring him down. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Shakir hauls it in. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Here we go, here we go.
Again, it's Burrow. They'll roll him out right. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Joe Burrow, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
To throw, Young. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Brooks. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
A little too amped up there, got to him before he had a chance to catch it.
Another example of players in tough spots getting the protection that they deserve. Got to make sure that he's able to catch the ball before you get to him.
Play action. It's Burrow. Going up top. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 44 yards. Now they go play action now. Burrow on the move to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Patterson. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Joe Burrow An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Buccaneers take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0.
Come on, man. Relax, bro. It's all good, bro. Nah, bro. Bro. Relax, bro. It's all good,
here
bro.
in the first as they kick this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 40.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean.
Here we go.
Now Burrow. Flush to his right. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Bear in mind they had 2 interceptions last week, but that was in 4 quarters. They've got 2 here in the first quarter alone.
And the unsung people in this streak, the pass rushers, because most of the time, they're the ones that affect things in the pocket for a quarterback, trying to throw the football, rushing them, getting them off their spot, harassing them, and that allows the defensive backs, the linebackers to swoop in and make the picks downfield.
And they're swooping. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. Young going to give to Brooks. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Brooks. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Let's go.
Young. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And Young will slide to the ground safely as he picks up the first down as well. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Young now. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnson. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
At the 22-yard line. Come on, set.
Now here's Young. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. Here's Brooks. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Second and goal from inside the 5. From the shotgun, it's Young. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line.
Young, he's going to change it up.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Well, they're going to try this thing. They're at the 5, 4th and goal. They're going to go for it. We'll see. Run, probably pass to both in the arsenal.
Young is intercepted for the 3rd time this game. And the Bucs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, Charles, certainly circle that play. We might have to revisit it later. They had 3 in their back pocket. They go for it on 4th and goal and throw the pick.
Well, you know, we're still in the first half. A bold call nonetheless.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Eluding the pressure right.
Has his man. It's Shakir.
It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
11.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow.
That's complete to Palmer.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down.
I'm 1, ready? 12. Here we go. 11, Thomas.
From midfield now, Burrow. Flushed out right. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Here's Burrow. Over the middle, complete. It's White.
And the Buccaneers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. White is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Burrow looking to pass. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Joe Burrow.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Buccaneers are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 28-0.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll...
Oh, Young loses it. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Throwing, Young. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Rig alert, rig alert. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Get up.
Final play of the half, Young. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Here we go.
Motion man is Shakir. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. That's taken in by Palmer. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Throw out right, taken in by Patterson.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Nah. It should have been a... No, wait. Hold on.
3.
Nah, it should have been a pick, but next time, click on them and do a user pick. Because I clicked on the man, and I just...
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Looking deep downfield. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Trey Palmer, 45 yards. And the Buccaneers open the lead up to 34-0. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now.
Yeah, I seen your guy there, so I just clicked on the man and boxed him out, hit triangle. But yeah, it should have been a pick.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys.
Yeah, I like playing on comp too.
Through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. 3rd down, Young from the gun.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
They'll run straight ahead with Brooks.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Throw left side, pulled in by Mingo. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Here is Young. Escaping the pressure right. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one, because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
Young with it, 3rd and goal. And he's got it. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
A short game that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Here's Young from the shotgun. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers.
Jonathan Mingo from a yard out. And the Panthers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
fine. Ready?
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Here we go.
Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Buying time to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
It's been a fun game for him so far, but I think he tried to do just a little too much that time. Give the defense a rare win on that snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Here we go, here we go. 11.
Now it's Burrow. Flush to his right. Looking for White on the deep ball. And got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
11 mighty.
Now it's Burrow. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10.
Go.
And down to the 7-yard line. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. His 1st touchdown on the year.
And the Buccaneers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football.
Yeah, that should have been a catch, bro. Should have been a catch, bro.
After we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Up the middle with Brooks here.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
They run out of the gun with Brooks here.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
That tackle by Jeffrey Simmons.
What an advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Young. Eluding the pressure right. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. They'll try to throw now. Young out to his left. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Bucs are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
He's got the hook up with Dobbs.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Romeo Doubs,
54 yards.
and the Bucs are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Young will set to throw. Rolling to his right.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
This offense so far on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. It's desperation time. Young on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go, here we go.
In motion, the tight end. Now Burrow.
Shakir hauls it in.
Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. From the 33, here's 2nd and 4.
Gun. Cut.
Burrow will throw. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches.
12.
Now back to throw. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown.
Rashad White
with touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Bucs add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. A run out of the gun with Brooks. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now Young. Got a man. That's Liggett. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 39. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 22 yards there, a first down. Now here's Young. That one complete to Liggett. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Here's a handoff to Brooks. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so?
And my goodness, another interception. And the Buccaneers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
And he'll just get rid of it. But Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time. Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
There we go.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. It's grabbed over the middle by White. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
11.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. Now inside the 25. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this will wind up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball all the way up to the 40-yard line. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out. 1st and 10 at the 40.
12, 12, 12. 11, Thomas. 11, 11, 11, 11. 11, MT, Tate. 11, MT, Tate.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Looking for White on the deep ball. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. And the Panthers come up.
GG's, bro.
Turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, the lopsided affair finally coming to an end, and really no shortage of big plays for us to examine, partner, on offense or on defense for this team. They were so well-rounded in this one.
They certainly were, and how about the day those defenders had, though? How many takeaways did they have? I quit counting after a while. They were clearly the better team, and their defensive effort, it led the way.
So for Tampa Bay,
the final 3 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with the win.
And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, the rough season continues as they plunge to 1-13. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks.